So good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome us to the Get Finance webinar series. And today is tagged the Lunchtime with the stock market. So the objective of today's webinar is for us to just walk ourselves through some of the platforms. We may not be able to look at all the different platforms, but they all work logically in similar ways. So we'll also be able to see how you can be able to effectively use those platforms and optimize your trade action. So this session is being recorded so that for those that are unable to join can always watch, and for new members we can always repost also for them. So we'll be starting with the Nigerian market, which will be closing at 2:30. So we'll start with the Afrinvestor mobile app. So I'll be using my mobile phone to demo how you can use the mobile app. I hope you can hear me. We can use the thumbs up just to be sure that you're hearing me. Yeah, so would start, and I'll be sharing my screen on my phone. Okay, so for those, so I'm using like a test account, and for those that are using Afrinvest, we know for most people on the platform have account with Afrinvest, but it works in a similar way. So the first of all, what you should know when you log in into your account, this is the landing page that you would see. You're able to see your portfolio value, and if you, so our focus here is to see if you want to buy stocks. So you see the Invest app. So on the Afrinvestor app, you're able to purchase Nigerian stocks. You can buy treasury bills. You can buy commercial paper. Yeah, so if we're trying to see if we want to buy Nigerian stocks, so you have the option of searching if you don't know this. So if I can, let me search. So GTB is the one reigning now. Let me see guarantee. If GT is not coming up, GTB. Let's see the search. It's not so okay. GT Co. Sorry, I was typing GT. So GT Co. So if you see, so you can search. So once you can search for the stock you want to buy. So, and the one thing that you need to know before you buy, let's assume you want to, there's this, the essence of this order book is to let you know what is happening in the market. So you would see that 70 million people are 70 million people are trying to 70 million units rather, and there is the demand. When we say bid means that people that are trying to buy and at different prices. So you first of all, you may want to look at that before you place your trades. Then look at the offer. Those that are trying to sell 4.4 million, what price? So you can see on this left hand side the prices they are each person. So imagine that we're all investors here trying to, I want to sell my own. So you see the bid, someone is willing to buy at 69.9. That's the best bid. We call it the best bid in the market, 69.15. So what happens is the highest price is always called the best bid. So you're always on top. And when you look at the offer, it's always the lowest price. That's the best person that wants to sell, best offer. That's the, sorry, people have been, yeah, so that's when you look at the best offer, you can also come in, you would see that is always the best. So you can, if I want to buy, for instance, I may see that people are trying to sell at 69.5. People are trying to sell at 69.95, and 790 units are available. And there's another one at 70, So I may just decide that I may want to queue if I'm not too aggressive, that I must buy today. Like someone was asking, and asked the person, the best is to, if you have not taken position before today, rushing to take position, sometimes you may be taking a lot of risk. Yeah, so you see that you maybe just queue at maybe 69, you queue at maybe 60. Sorry, you queue at maybe 68 to see if they will supply you. But if you are desperate that you still feel, yes, I can buy now, then I will buy if it comes down. Then you can either you do a market order, or you buy, you see the 69.95 or at 70, you buy at 70. So that's what you would do. So we'll try to now test. So I would be buying, let me just, so if I'm going to buy now, there's what we call the limit order. So when you come to this, so if I'll look at the limit order, you have market order and limit order. For market order, you don't mind any price you get it. So you can key in your price. Sorry, you can just put the unit. So if I want to use market order, I put the units for how many days in the market order. So you can see good for the day, good for 7 days, good for 5 days. You can uh, you can you can add it to the, you can add, you can choose the number of days. Sorry, the notification. Yeah, so you can choose the number of days that you want to put the order in for. So when you look at that, so because we're just testing here, so let's assume that I want to just buy 2 units of GT Bank, and I'm just doing a market order. So once I click, I price, I see, because it's market order, you always see what we call market margin. The essence of that market margin is just for you to be able to, um, to prevent your account from going into debit. So it keeps almost 10% of what you are trying to buy. It's not that that money will be taken off from your account. It will be released after purchase. So now I'm clicking to buy 2 units of GT Bank at market price. So we also now try to look at a limit price. So you can see it's gone. Because GT is liquid, if I check this portfolio, there's no GT Bank in this portfolio before. So I believe that I believe that so you can see now in my portfolio, GT Bank has been purchased. So if I click on it, I can see the number of shares that I have, number of shares that you have. You can see the equity. So some people have asked questions around how do they know if they are making money. So you would see that buying now at market price. So my average cost is at 71.11. So I don't know if you can note that my average cost is at 71. The total return is at 2 points, is down. And one of the main reasons for that would also be the transaction charges. It will also be the transaction charges. So if you see that the price at which you are trying to buy is just slightly higher, so what may be responsible for that would be the transaction charges. Yeah, so I will take questions even as we progress. Or okay, because this interaction, so you can ask your question once it's related to what we are presenting. But if it's around the market, we can always take that later. Yeah, so yeah, so you can see that, yeah, the number of shares you have bought, the total loss. So it's good that you know if I buy more at a lower price, it will also affect my average cost. So I'll be able to see whether I'm making money or I'm not. So you can see on above 2 units, you can see 2 units, and the price, the stock market is down. So I'm losing a total of 4 naira on that particular on that particular on that particular on that particular share. Yeah, so that's sorry, let me respond to this. Apologies, so I don't have a manager managing for me. So let me just, they should try again. Please try again. Okay, so we can see we can see that so if I want to buy more, I want to buy now, I want to use the market limit order. I can put it there that for the next 30 days, I think I want to get GT Bank at 65 naira. I'm not too too aggressive or too keen to get it today. So if I put it at 30 days, so some stock, if you are not very keen to buy, you just put it for 30 days. If it gets there, most times it's always very good. It gives you are able to get it at a very good price, and you know, whatever market is happening doesn't bother you. So you can see there's no market margin because already the system already knows the price I want to buy and is able to give me the right calculation for the stock I'm trying to buy. So if I click on buy now, it will temporary down. What's going on? Temporary down. Is it the network? Let me just try again. Okay, this is, so it will go and queue it. It won't go through. So if I come to, if you click to that more, you would see the transaction. So I can see my order history. So you can see my GT Bank. The first one is executed. The second one is showing executing because when you click on it, you can see that I can see it's at the limit price of 65. Nobody is willing to sell to me at that 65. Over time, if nobody has supplied, I can come back and cancel this order. So you ask people, how can I cancel my order? I can cancel it and queue at a price I think I'm ready to buy. So so this is the order history. This is also to just see your transactions. And if you want to fund your wallet, it's straightforward deposits, trying to be to see if I can. Yeah, so you look at trying to fund your wallet, so you can also see that on. So I will also come back to this. I want to show us another platform that we can also, that I also just use to track. So let me stop broadcasting here and let me share my screen. I think I've missed markets. Let me see if market will still be active at this time. Yeah, so the same thing also applies to the sell. So now let me, I want to use another, the market not be as active again. I wanted to show something on the, okay, so let me I'm trying to log in into another platform. That's iTrade. Sometimes I just use it to monitor monitor the market. And this period, I think we've missed the period I was trying to get. Okay, just hold on. Let me. Okay, let me just show us. So this may not work as expected again. The market active trading actually stops at 220 in the market. Stops at 220. So trying to just show us this. So here, this platform, you would see what is going on in the market directly, which is what I wanted to demo for us. So currently the markets at 220 has technically almost closed, but there will still be a bit of maybe activity as we progress. So if you look at this, is This is where I'm able to use see bid and offer. You're able to see the bid and offer price correctly. Then you see the transaction and trades that are going on in the market in this. So let me also now go to the Afrinvestor web. This was just launched about 2 weeks ago. So there may still be one or two bugs on it. But I thought so that since we are recording this, as they also improve on it, as they also improve the uh, clear some of the bugs, so that will also help. So for the Afrinvestor web, it was the mobile that I demoed earlier. The Afrinvestor web, you would also see if you want to come and see your portfolio. So I'm using this like a test account too. So if you want to see your portfolio, so hold on. So when it's 225, so I'll see what market. So for this, if you sorry, I'm trying to refresh. So if there's any stock you think you want to buy, when you go to invest, you can go to invest and you come to Nigerian stocks. So you click on Nigerian stocks, you can you click on Nigerian stocks, you can click on any stock you think you want to buy. So trying to or you search for the stocks that you think you want to buy. Sorry, I think the system is freezing, trying to delay. So the market is still open. So if you want to buy, I've spoken about the market order, the limit order. You can always, so if you want to buy, you put whether it's a market order, a limit order, you select the limit period. Most times, if you are not very desperate and you think that prices can come down, we've used it on the community several times to get RDL down testimony. We just put the price, and that you just key in your trades and you go and do your normal work or normal activities. If someone is supplying at that level, you would also be able to benefit. Let me see whether activities have started. Okay, maybe I have to just record that part and also share on the screen, share on the group. So I put the number of units that I think I want to buy. So, and before you limit price, okay, limit order, limit period, limit price is required. Okay, so he's asking me to put my limit price. So I want to get Access Bank at 20 naira. So I just key it in there. I look at it, then I click on buy. You click on buy. So and also to view your portfolio, if you are using Afrinvestor, treasury bills also by 2. Between 10 and 2, you can find treasury bills there. Commercial papers too. Once in a while, they also list commercial paper on the platform. So funding your wallet, you understand that. But the basic thing that we want to take away from this is that the bid offer, most times when you look at bid offer, it gives you an idea. You need to see that the market, if you have like GTB, people, almost 17 million people are trying to buy. That's also available here. So if you are on the web, let me just show us. If you're on the web, see the order book. So you see what people are trying to buy. It's because this has disappeared because it's already 220. And you can see the trades that are going on in the market. This is you see 219 was the last trade before. So if I see that people are buying at 68.40, there's no point rushing to go and buy at 70. I will just put in my trades. So you check. So you are not just buying at market. I will put in, if I see that the last few people that have bought have been buying at 68 plus, there's no point trying to go and buy at 70. I will put in my trades and try my luck. In the market, as most times, it's always good not to be very aggressive. You just want to quickly buy. You can take your time, check the direction before you take positions. So that's the essence of the bid offer that you see. Bid is those that are trying to buy, offer are those that are trying to sell. So, and you use the trades to see what is going on in the market. So at this point, it's ETFs that are currently being traded. That's why it's been updated. But we would see when market close now. We have more minutes for markets to close fully. And so here we just try to, sometimes you look at the last price, weighted average. The weighted average price is the entire, for all the investors, they all buy at different prices. And at the end of the day, there's an average market price. So for most professional traders, they don't want to buy above the average of the day. So if I'm trying to buy GT Bank, today it has traded an average of 67.40. May not want to buy up. Last price was 68, but for some people will just key it in at 68. Assuming this trade part that you are seeing here, if market was actively open, this is where you see all the transaction happening in the entire market. You see them by 2:30 now. You see all the trades that people have keyed in at this period between that 2:20 and now. The market will match them at exactly 2:30. So we would see all the transactions here. If you are keeping track on this screen, on this trade screen, it's almost 2:30. We will see all the transactions that have happened here on this particular screen. So please, when you look at the prices, yes, we put suggested entry price. Sometimes market may get to that level and sometimes may not get to that level. So you just first of all maybe take a bit of investment. So you can see market has closed. These are all the activities, CGT Bank, livestock, that are happening in the market. If it was open before that 2:20, we would see all these things moving actively, and we'll be able to also see the bid and buy. So that's part of what I want us to also achieve. So they are still matching those trades. So you can see Access Bank moved up towards the end of the market. So so that is the Nigerian market. I don't know if we have, I can take questions. The US market has just opened, but I can take a few questions on the Nigerian market, maybe about 10-15 minutes before we move to the US market. Thank you. Any question? Okay.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, please, you can go ahead.
Sir, I just came in not quite long. What's the name of the website? The other website, not the Afrinvestor, the other one.
No, that's Morgan Capital. I trade, owned by Morgan Capital.
Morgan Capital.
Morgan Capital High Trade. So most I also just use it to track what is happening in the market.
I trade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I trade by Morgan Capital. If you Google it, you'll be able to get.
Okay, Morgan Capital.
Yes.
Hey, Doc. Can I ask a question on Nigerian Treasury bill, or that will be towards the end of the class?
That can come towards the end of the class, sir.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Yes.
Thank you.
So that we can move to the. So, Mr. Michael, is he also on?
Yeah, doctor, thank you so much. This is insightful. So I've been using dollar cost averaging. I set aside a particular amount every month. So now my question is, how do you track it? Like I watched the last video you uploaded that was on YouTube. You said you come up with a Z template, on how to track our investment to see if if we are making profit, just to track, basically.
Okay.
So using dollar cost averaging, how do I keep track?
Okay. The way you track is, when you buy. So for instance, you see now, this market has closed. So we got GTP. So when you look at your portfolio, even though if you have been buying, you would see, when you look at where's the portfolio? If you click on on the stock in your portfolio. Okay, let me go to portfolio. The system automatically knows your average cost. You see, this where you pay attention to. There's the average cost that the system would be. So if I buy tomorrow at 65, it means that this will change again. So you're able to see your average cost. You also see your total gain. And for the whole portfolio, you should also be able to see, like when I was showing it on the app, you should be able to see the total. Like I mentioned, this is still work in progress. But if you look at on the app, let me share my screen again. You'll be able to see the average cost of your investment. Hold on, let me share my screen on the app again. Uh, yeah. So on the Afrinvestor, I think it's logging me out. Yeah, so that tracking is very important, which is one of the main reasons that we're having this. So you can't, when we say you are buying, so you need to know your average cost so that you know whether when you are buying, whether it's lower than the current price is lower than what you are buying. So you see, for instance, this is which stock is this? This is the GT Bank that we got. There's an average cost here saying 71 naira. If I buy tomorrow at 65, the average cost would also come down, and I will be able to see whether I'm gaining or not. So you can see for most app, because for any investment app, people must be able to know whether they are gaining or not. That's really very key. So that feature is always part of what comes with an investment app. Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know if this is very clear. So you'll be able to see. So if you come here, if you are using Afrinvestor, you'll be also able to see. You say view summary. You see the summary. This is the total stock. This is the total position. This is like a test portfolio, so don't mind the loss there. So equity value, and this is down. It shows you your total cost. You invested 1,000, so you can see it. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes. So you will see that total cost is 1,089. Total loss is 22. Today's return is naira. But if you look above, you can see that the portfolio is down by 2%. That is what it's saying. So you know your overall cost. The current value of the portfolio is 1,066. The current cost is 1,088. So you know that you are losing 22 naira. So that is very important, that you need to be tracking in your investment. So we'll also look at the US stock, the US market. If we don't have further question, let me check the chat group. Why you mentioned, do we have to register with them before? Yes, you have to register. Even for them, you need to make a minimum deposit of 5,000 before you can be activated. Yes, that's for their platform. Hello.
Good evening, Dr. Ayo.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, I think the
Okay.
network on the system got.
All
So
right.
please go ahead.
Okay, so my question is that before I began to learn about buying stocks from the group, sometime last year when I registered on the Afrinvestor, I was just randomly buying stocks according to maybe Instagram hype and things that they say on TikTok. So I want to ask, I have actually accumulated quite a number of stocks that are not progressing, like they are on a loss, steady on a loss. So how do I sell off all my stocks in those stocks that I don't need in my portfolio again, so that I can only buy stocks that have been recommended on the group? That's my question, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So what you need to do is, maybe I would say send me the list of your portfolio. We call it portfolio restructuring. Let me see, highlight those ones that you will sell and those ones that you should keep. So you may have to take some losses, but it's better to move on. That's life. And put it in those ones that give you greater prospects in the future. So you don't keep, because what typically happens, some people get very emotional about it and they keep those stocks. At the end of the day, it's you just keep holding it and it may not even give you any return in five. Uh, it may not give you any return in years to come. So you can share it privately, share it with me, and may just give me maybe 1 or 2 days. I'll definitely come back to you. Hold on, please. My laptop is. So I would definitely get back to you so that we just restructure that portfolio for to make it at least to reduce the volatility going forward.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Emmanuel.
Yeah, Doctor, good afternoon, everyone in the community. My question is, if I have 7 stock in my portfolio and I'm doing a dollar cost average every month, maybe I'm putting 50,000 every month, for example, and maybe by this month end, I discovered that one of my stock is already 20% up. Am I supposed to buy that particular one, or I will leave it first and buy the other 5 that are still in negative?
No,
Thank you.
you still allocate to buy more across all of them. Because the one that is 20% today can still do 100% tomorrow, except there's a news that comes out and it's negative. So what you may just do is maybe, um, let's assume you do 15% across. You may say, okay, let me just buy 10% of that one, maybe waiting for a day that it comes down. And the one that maybe it still has strong fundamentals and is seriously down, because you want to take advantage of it, maybe you just buy maybe 15% of that higher than those ones. But the idea is you just keep buying it. There will be periods that the portfolio will be down. You buy. But ensure one thing I want us to learn on that community in the community is that when you see that there's a major rally, just like today is not the best day to say you are just buying GT Bank. It will settle. A lot of it could go either way. It's like a 50-50 direction now. A lot of people that bought at 58 naira last week will be happy to sell at almost 70 naira today. There's no point waiting for any 7 naira dividend. We call them proprietary trading guys. They don't wait for dividend. They sell massively. Today, close to 4 billion was traded in GT Bank. So you wait for the day that the euphoria will be gone and maybe you just try to catch it. It's done 65 naira before, then it will came back to 58. Those are the period when you also want to target. But for the monthly one, don't mind the price at which you are getting. Just ensure that you allocate across, and over time it will keep building up. I hope that is clear. So now we'll move to the US market, which currently opens at 2:30. and we would I was trying to, let me see, trying to demo with one of my platform. Okay, so we'll start with the we'll start with the Optimus by Afrinvest, and we'll also look at one or two more platforms. Yes, so the same principle. So then I'll log in and then I'll share my screen. So also I'm trying to use a test account. So I'm sharing my screen now. So it's easy when you look at, if we are using other platforms, it's the same principle that I'm sure they would have used to develop the system. So what we're just learning is the principle. So the look and feel may differ across bamboo, chaka, trove, it may differ. But what I want you to learn is how do you track the performance? Like a lot of questions I get around that. You have been buying, and do you know if you are doing well? So for instance, on Optimus by Afrinvest, you would see this is showing stock balance. Stock balance means the total value of your stock that you currently have. So you see that, you see this is today, whether it's up and down today. Then when you scroll down, you can now see total amount you have invested is 3.94. Total loss, whether it's loss or gain, you see the amount 0.4. This is the loss. So you're able to see the value, the total loss in percentage, and the total value. So total invested is that the total cost. You know, you have been putting money, and now what is the value of what you are making? You will now see the absolute value, whether it's you are making a gain or you are making a loss. So to now look at it per stock. So if I click on VOO, which is top ETF on the platform, I will see how many shares do you own, even if, because you are able to buy fractional shares. So it may be showing at 0.00 something. And what's the average cost per share? This is very important. You know, as with this, the dollar cost averaging, you are averaging the cost at which you are buying. So you need to keep your eyes on this. This is 554. This is the average. If you buy at 500, it means your average may come to around 525. So there's a need to look at that. Look at, this is the current price at 519. So you click on the more, so I can see what the total value is, the total gain or loss, the total percentage or loss. So this helps you to know, okay, which one. If you see that when you come to here, when you see that you are losing here, you need to know which of the stock is contributing significantly to your loss. This, I know, is something that still requires improvement to be able to view it the better way, but you, at least you still have an idea of what these stocks are contributing and what the total portfolio is doing. So this is the and when you want to buy, so let me also just use this as a test again. So I'm buying VOO. So I want to just buy VOO of maybe the view of $2. So that's the beauty of, and when you are buying at fractional shares, you can't choose limits because you are not buying up to 1 unit of the share. So you look at, I move on, this is going to show me the total amount. The fee is 1.5%. So I'm charged 3 cents. I'm being charged 3 cents. So at the end of the day, so I confirm that I'm fine, then I click on it. So you can see I bought VO, it sent me notification, both email notification, sent me push notification that the transaction is successful. So you can see my stock balance has increased. My amount available to invest has gone down. So And if you want to do a limit order, if we look at which stock has, so you need to look for a stock that the share price is very low. But so when you are doing a limit order, so let's just look for, let's say we want to do for Apple shares. Yeah, so this is Apple shares. So you look at it, you want to buy. So if what you are buying is a limit order, so you start with that. You want to buy it. To ask you for the limit price, how much are you trying to buy it, or is it at 200? Yes, telling me because I don't have that much money in my account. Currently, it's trading at 215, but I may want to buy at 200. So if that's the price I want to buy, so you just put the 200, then you you just go on and submit it. Maybe tip what we saw the order, you can submit it for maybe 30 days. So it will be checking the market every day until it gets it at 200 naira, then it supplies you. So that is also very, very good that we also note that. So let me see. I'm able to. There's also there's a platform I was hoping I'll be able to show us. Let me see. It's not even going. Let me see if I made a mistake somewhere. This platform Vest is owned by they are based in Brazil. You can also fund in Naira, but the look and feel of their platform is also very, very interesting. Sorry, hold on. I want to see if I can log in. Okay, it's not accepting. Not able to log in, so I wanted to show us. So on this platform, to be able to see what you are gaining, the total stock here, you are gaining. You are able to buy as little as $1 to also on the platform. Then before we wrap up, I want to just show some of the platforms where you can also use to be. You want to check historical